Sneakerheads and basketball enthusiasts, what's up? This is the Only Land. I'm sorry that it's a little dark. I decided to film in the car. I just like to do things differently. I like to change up the scenery once in a while. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the leaked images of Giannis's second shoe. And excuse my mask hanging off loosely, but I needed to go in and out of the crib. But nah, we're talking about the Giannis 2s or the Greek Freak 2s. I'm sorry, the Zoom Freak 2s. Leaked images have been coming out honestly for some months now. The first ones that came out were awful. I'm gonna be honest with you, they were terrible. I'll throw them up real quick. Let me bring it up here. It was that green and white colorway, but the pictures were like distorted. I thought it was horrible. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, yeah, this is ugly. I didn't even bother to put up the video because I knew what I was gonna do, but I was just gonna trash it, and I don't like to put out videos where I just mainly trash something just in general. I mean, if it's bad, it's bad, but like, I prefer to wait when the leaked images come out for like more, not just one image. So all it was just that one green image. So I waited, and then they came out with the black, the leaks of the black and white colorway, which surprisingly I actually really do like, because usually if you guys have watched my videos, you know, I'm not a big fan of when Nike does that. Like the first sneaker they'll put out is a black and white colorway. I hate that because black and white is just so plain. But if you look at the images that they released, I actually really do like it. You've got obviously mainly black upper. It looks like some type of a textile material, and then it's really the swoosh that does it for me. Obviously the swoosh on the one you guys could see right here. It's got that swoosh on the midsole. It's a backwards swoosh also, and it's like part of the midsole. I thought that was really dope. I always thought that was dope. People really trashed that, said that it's garbage, blah blah blah. Why would you do that? I thought it was dope. I still think it's dope. But they have it set up in a regular way per se. It's on the lateral side, but it's actually on the shoe, so it's not a part of the midsole anymore. Also, there you can see his logo on the it's on the right above the midsole there, in the heel area. But I like it. Colorway wise, I really do like the black and white colorway, but still I wanted to wait a little bit more, see if I can get a bit more detailed images. And then thank God to whoever dropped these images. I forgot who it was. I know at some point the picture was tagged, but I don't think I have the tag on here. Whatever the case is, someone did drop more images, and it's the green and white pair, but way more detailed. You can see the traction. You can see what the upper was, like the details that were on the upper, because in the original picture you had no idea what the hell that was. The different colors, the logos. They even have pictures of stitching up close. All the little details, because if you guys watched my last video on watch the video on the Zoom Freak 1s, or have any idea about the Zoom Freak 1s, you know that when he made the shoe, his main thing was like, hey, I want the shoe to represent my family. Like, I wanted to have a bunch of details about my family, and it has a ton on there. You know, it has sibling names, it has meanings for certain things, just everything. Almost every part of the sneaker has something to do with his family or his background or something like that. And as you know, Nike does that thing too. A lot of their signature athletes have their sneakers set up like that. So I thought that was pretty dope. But I'll get into it really quickly. You can see the traction there, completely different from what you have here. And I think that's for the better, because when you had the ones, you had the two different sections. One would be rubber, and then one would be this translucent outsole. I wasn't a big fan of that, just because translucent is really hit or miss, and it just so happened that on the Freak ones, it was a miss when it came to the translucent. I never ended up getting the pairs that had all rubber. I assumed that would have been a little bit better. I did like the roses colorway, but I just wasn't gonna cop another pair because once I was done with the review, there was really no reason for me because I didn't think it was such like an amazing shoe where I thought I needed multiple pairs. But I do like that they changed that. If you look at the black and white pair, they have the translucent outsole and it's all translucent, right? So obviously it's two different sections because in the middle of the foot you have a little space there for flexibility, but in between, not in between that, but on the two sections, the front and the back, or the forefoot and the heel, you've got, like I said, in the black and white pair, the translucent, and then on this green pair, you've got all rubber. So I think that's a great change that they made there. I think they really heard people out. It gives you more options. It gives you more options as opposed to what I had here when I had the two different, and it was like, man, I can feel myself slipping on that translucent. The material up top definitely looks a little better. This scratchy material, never been a big fan of it. It was very similar to like the PG, I believe it was the PG3s. Yeah, I believe it was similar to the PG3s. Not as plasticky, more textile, but I wasn't a big fan just because of the way it feels. And then it didn't really have any breathability. It was really, really tight, really constricting. And this looks like it might be a little bit different. Hopefully it's a little bit different. Not that I make breathability a big deal, but for some people that is important for them. I just like that they changed the upper, and I do like what they're doing here, where you're able to make images so detailed here. I'm not sure what these images are on this green one, because that's what I'm really going off of, because the green one had the most detailed images. It looks like leaves or something. I don't know what it is. I can't wait till it comes out and they tell us what's going on here. On the heel you have I think it says Freak, or is it G Freak? Yeah, I think it says G Freak on the back. Yeah, no, it just says Freak. Freak on the back portion of the heel there. On the tongue, it says Freak as well with a Nike swoosh there. On the insole? On the insole there, it says, "I am my father's legacy." I forgot what was on this one, if there was anything. No, I don't see anything or even remnants of anything, so I know I really tear through those things sometimes. It says, "I am my father's legacy." On the sole of it, the outsole, it has his brother's names from what I can see. Francis, Alex, Giannis, Costas, yeah. And then on that sectioned off part where I said for flexibility, it does have Charles and Veronica, which are his parents. It says Air Zoom, so I assume they're going back to either to the same setup or to a similar setup in regards to cushioning. You don't really know because even in as a matter of fact, let me check the translucent one. Yeah, in the translucent one, you can't really see much of what's going on there. There might be a zoom bag in the forefoot there, but I can't really tell just to go off and say there's definitely a zoom bag in there, or zoom air, as you know. I'm not sure. I do like the leather swoosh, which is a part of the. Looks like it's not a part of the shoe, but like a piece of it. So kind of like they sewed it on. You can see the details of the sewing, and then the laces actually are helping attach it. It's like kind of like a wing per se, because it's attached in the back and then in the front by the stitching, and then gripped on by the laces there. You have his logo obviously, and then on the medial you have his number 34, which I think is really dope. I'm a big fan of what he's got going on here. I think that's it though. There really wasn't much to talk about, and it's getting darker by the second. It's getting like so dark. It got dark really fast. But nah, that was it. I just really quickly wanted to talk about the new sneakers, and then I guess kind of compare them to the old ones. So the Greek Freak 1s and the Greek Freak 2s. All the details he really has that he had on the first one, like the things that he added on there, My Father's Legacy, the names and stuff. He pretty much took that same thing and just found a different place for it on the second one. But I just think the second one is going to be so much better because the traction really, really held it back for me personally. On courts, I'm not going to lie to you. The Greek Freak 1, I've been balling in it in my driveway recently, and the traction has been killing it. It's been holding up real well, surprisingly for me. Like I said, I thought it would wear out really badly because of how bad it was on the courts, or well, how mediocre, because it wasn't terrible, but it just wasn't above average. So I'm actually really surprised that it's been holding up. But I think that solid rubber or that solid translucent is really going to do it for the sneaker here. I think it's really going to make a huge difference. And I really can't wait. I can't wait to get these in hand. I can't wait for more details. I can't wait to hear what the cushioning setup is. I think this is going to be a really good sneaker. But let's find out. Like I said, this is The Only Land. If you like what you're watching, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I have 2 videos in mind that I'm going to do. I'm probably going to film one tomorrow and put that out really quickly. If I don't put this one out today, I'll put this one out tomorrow, and then that one will follow. But that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one.